நீக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் சில மாநிலங்கள்ல இருந்து வந்து போகக்கூடிய ஒரு நிலை இருக்கு. ஆனால் இந்த முன்மாதிரிகளை எல்லாம் உருவாக்கி நம்முடைய மாணவர்கள் ஆரோக்கியமாக வந்து இன்னும் ஆர்வத்தோடு படித்து வரக்கூடியவர்களாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற நிலையை உருவாக்கக்கூடிய தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு நீங்க அந்த கல்வியை கண்காணிக்க வைத்து சொல்லி தரக்கூடியது என்ன? எதுவும் கிடையாது. அதனால இந்த கல்வி என்பது நீங்கள் தயவு செய்து தலையிடாமல் இருந்தால் இந்த கல்வியை மாணவர்களுக்கு எப்படி சரியாக கொண்டு போய் சேர்ப்பது அடிப்படை, நம்முடைய அடிப்படை ஒரே ஒரு மாணவர்களுக்கு நடத்த வேண்டும் என்று நினைப்பது தமிழ்நாடு. ஆனா எல்லா மாணவர்களையும் கொண்டு வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல கும்பிச்சு நான் பள்ளிக்கூடம் நடத்துவேன், எல்லா பள்ளிக்கூடத்தையும் நான் மூடிடுவேன் சொல்லக்கூடிய சித்தாந்தத்தை வைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் நீங்க. ஏன்னா எல்லாரும் படிக்க கூடாது அப்படிங்கிறதுதான் உங்களுடைய நீங்க முன்வைக்கக்கூடிய கருத்தியல் என்பது கல்வி என்பது சில பேருக்கு மட்டுமே இருக்கு, மற்றவங்க எல்லாம் அதுதான் உங்களுடைய அடிப்படை. இது ரெண்டும் எந்த காலத்திலையும் ஒத்து போக முடியாது, ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள முடியாது. அதனால எங்க கல்வியை எங்களுடைய மாணவர்களுடைய எதிர்காலத்தை எங்களிடமே கொடுத்து விடுங்கள். நாங்கள் அக்கறையோடு அதை பாதுகாப்போடு செயல்படுத்தி காட்டுவோம். நீங்க அதுல இருந்து கற்றுக்கோங்க. இதைதான் நான் மறுபடியும் அதனால மறுபடியும் அதை பொதுப்பட்டியலில் இருந்து மாநில பட்டியலில் திருப்பி தாருங்கள் என்பது நாம் முன்வைக்கக்கூடிய மிக முக்கியமான போராட்ட கோரிக்கை. இதையெல்லாம் தாண்டி வரக்கூடிய தேர்தல், அரசியல் பேசவில்லை, தேர்தலை பற்றி பேசுகிறேன். தேர்தல் என்பது இந்த நாட்டின் கல்வியை, உரிமையை, ஜனநாயகத்தை, இந்த நாட்டின் இறையாண்மையை, நம்முடைய அடிப்படை உரிமைகளை பாதுகாக்கக்கூடிய ஒன்றாக இருக்கக்கூடிய தேர்தல் வரக்கூடிய தேர்தல். அது மாணவர்களாக இருக்கட்டும், மற்றவர்களாக இருக்கட்டும், அத்தனை பேருக்கும் நம்முடைய அடிப்படையையே கேள்வி கேட்கக்கூடிய ஒன்றாக மாறக்கூடிய ஒரு நிலை இருக்கிறது. அதனால நாம் இதை புரிந்து கொண்டு நம்முடைய செய்திகளை தமிழ்நாட்டுல மட்டும் வைத்துக் கொள்ளக்கூடிய செய்திகளாக இல்லாமல் எந்தெந்த அளவுக்கு இந்த செய்திகளை, அடிப்படை கேள்விகளை நாம் முன்வைக்க முடியுமோ, அதை எந்தெந்த இடத்துல உங்களுக்கு ஈச்சு இருக்கிறதோ அதுவரை கொண்டு சென்றீர்கள் என்றால் நிச்சயமாக ஒரு மாற்றம் வரும். அந்த மாற்றம் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருந்து வரும் நம்பிக்கையோடு மறுபடியும் வாழ்த்தி விடைபெறுகிறேன்.
मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट अब से खत्म हुआ था, मेरी बारी आएगी, मैं कर रहा हूँ.
நன்றியினை தெரிந்து கொள்கிறோம். மிக முக்கியமாக ஜனநாயகம் என்பது மக்களிடம் இருக்கக்கூடிய வாக்கு சீட்டு அப்படின்றத நினைவுபடுத்தி இருக்கிறாங்க. அது ரொம்ப மிக முக்கியமான விஷயமா நான் வந்து பாக்குறேன். என்றால் இறையாண்மை என்பது மக்களிடம் மட்டுமே இருப்பதாக இந்திய அரசமைப்பு சட்டம் சொல்லும். இந்திய மக்களிடம் இறையாண்மை இருக்கிறது. அதுதான் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர் அரசமைப்பு சட்டம் எதை சொல்லியிருக்கிறதோ அதை நமக்கு நினைவுபடுத்தி இருக்கிறார். இறையாண்மை உங்களிடம் இருக்கிறது. இறையாண்மை கொண்ட மக்கள் தங்களிடம் இருக்கக்கூடிய இறையாண்மை வாக்குச்சீட்டின் வாயிலாக தாங்கள் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கும் அரசுக்கு கொடுக்கிறாங்க. எனவே அந்த அரசு தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டதால் தான் நினைத்ததை போல எதையும் செய்ய முடியாது. அரசமைப்பு சட்டத்துக்கு உட்பட்டுதான் செய்யும். அந்த அரசமைப்பு சட்டம் ஒரு அடிப்படை கோட்பாட்டினை இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. எனவே இறையாண்மை மக்களிடம் இருக்கிறது. உங்களுடைய இறையாண்மையை நீங்கள் காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும், நம்முடைய இறையாண்மையை நாம் காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும். அத்தகைய ஜனநாயகத்தை காக்கின்ற போராட்டத்தில் ஒன்றிணைவோம் என்கின்ற முழக்கத்தோடு தன்னுடைய தொடக்க உரையை முடித்திருக்கக்கூடிய மேடம் அவங்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். அடுத்ததாக மிக முக்கியமான உரை பூபாலிலிருந்து இன்று ப்ரொஃபசர் அனில் சர்கோபால் அங்கிருந்து பேசினார். டைம்ஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியால படிச்சீங்களா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டார். He was very much agitated. ஒரு 80 வயதை நெருங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய ப்ரொஃபசர் அனில் சர்கோபால் உலகம் முழுக்க அறிந்த மிக முக்கியமான கல்வியாளர். இன்று பல்கலைக்கழக மானிய குழு அறிவிக்கக்கூடிய ஃபாரின் யூனிவர்சிட்டிஸ் QUT NEET இது ரெண்டும் how it is going to be an assault on freedom and democracy என்ற தலைப்பில் ஜனநாயகத்தின் மீதும் சுதந்திரத்தின் மீதும் எப்படி அது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய தாக்குதலை நடத்தக்கூடியது என்று பேச இருக்கிறார். He is joining us from Bhopal. He was watching intently what the honorable member of parliament was speaking. He was giving messages that I am listening to her. He was able to follow some Tamil also. And he is there from Bhopal. He has visited many times Tamil Nadu. He is being with us in all our struggles. Now he will be speaking from Bhopal. I request Professor Anil Sargopal, former member of Central Advisory Board of Education and former Dean College of Education, Delhi University, a renowned educationist who have been running the Hoshangabad scientific experiment for the past 30 years, for more than 30 years. They have been teaching children, practicing the rural side. A person with such a vast experience is going to share his views on NEET, QUT, and foreign universities and assault on freedom and democracy. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Comrade Prince. Am I audible?
Sir, wait a minute, sir. We are not able to hear you. Wait a minute, sir. 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Sir, kindly talk something, sir. We have to check.
Yes. Am I audible or am I not audible?
You. 1 minute, sir. Sir? Hello?
Yes. I'm able to hear you.
Wait, sir. Wait a minute, sir. Hello, sir.
You want me to adjust?
Wait.
I request you to be seated. Others may be seated.
One more. Varra. Sir, you can start now.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, clearly.
Okay, fine. Thank you. If there's a problem in between, please, you can call me at my mobile and warn me. Yes. Yes. It is always an inspiration to listen to people from Tamil Nadu because of two main reasons. One, it is the only state in the country which is fighting against the attack on federal structure of the country. I wish the message of Tamil Nadu spreads all over the country, and every state government and the people of those states raise a voice against the assault on federal structure as provided in the Constitution. It is also an inspiration that there is a Dravidian model of education which is now being established in the state. I will return to it later. On 1st of May 2020, the Labor Day, Honorable Prime Minister reviewed the National Education Policy 2020. And after his review was over, he gave a press statement. In the press statement, he said that this proposed policy, NEP 2020, will raise India to the level of Vishwaguru because it will digitalize the entire education. He emphasized that the core agenda of NEP 2020 is digital education, not education. Please mark my words. It's digital education, not education. Within a few weeks, there was a report of an international marketing corporation which predicted that within a matter of next few months, the business of education will increase the present low status to $15 billion. And that was the real agenda of NEP 2020. It is under that agenda that NEET and now latest one CUET, Central University entrance test, is being imposed on the people. At that time, I wrote an article in Hindi in which I raised the issue, what if this agenda of digital education was placed before Mahatma Gandhi and his views were sought? It is obvious that Gandhi would have asked 3 questions about the digital education. 1, will this free India from the control of imperialism? Second, will free India from discrimination in society? And third, will this agenda of digital education free India from impoverishment, poverty? If the answer to all these 3 questions is no, then Gandhi would have said, I reject NEP 2020. It is with this perspective that I'll build up my arguments. Is any problem in audibility? Any problem in audibility? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
You're audible.
Yeah,
No
okay,
issues.
okay. I'll continue. Yeah, it's okay. Today's seminar could not be on a better day, the Republic Day, when the entire Republic is under attack. The whole idea of Republic is under attack. So is the whole idea of freedom and democracy. In this context, it will be very appropriate to recall Dr. Ambedkar, Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar, giving his speech on 25th November 1949 while presenting the Constitution of India to the Constituent Assembly. And Dr. Ambedkar talks of equality, justice, liberty, and fraternity as the basic elements of the preamble to the Constitution. It is these concepts of fraternity, liberty, justice, equality, which constitute the constitutional vision of India's education. To explain it further, he talked about the trinity that is made up by equality, justice, and liberty. He further said, very important thing about the issue of democracy, he said we must make our political democracy a social democracy as well. Political democracy cannot last unless there lies in the base of it social democracy. What does social democracy mean? He asks. He answers, it means a way of life which recognizes liberty, equality, and fraternity as the basic principles of life and society. He further adds, they form a union of trinity in the sense that to divorce one from the other is to defeat the very purpose of democracy. Without equality, liberty would produce the supremacy of the handful over the many. Equality without liberty would kill individual initiative. These are some of the basic ideas which are been available through his speech on 25th November 1949. He also raises a very important issue about fraternity. He asked this question, but what does fraternity mean? Dr. Ambedkar answers, fraternity means a sense of common brotherhood of the Indians, of Indians being one people. It is the principle which gives unity and solidarity to social life. In believing that we are a nation, he wants, we are cherishing a great delusion. How can people divided into several thousands of castes be a nation? The sooner we realize we are not as yet a nation in the social and psychological sense, the better it would be for us. Only then we will realize the necessity of becoming a nation and seriously think of ways and means of realizing this goal. He adds finally, the castes are anti-national because they bring about separation in social life. They are anti-national also because they generate jealousy and antipathy between caste and caste. But we must overcome all these difficulties if we wish to become a nation in reality and become a republic as we are today. The fraternity can be a fact only when there is a nation. Without fraternity, equality and liberty will be no deeper than the thin coat of a paint on a wall. If you ask, does NEET fulfill any of these goals? NEET to begin with is anti-social justice, one of the basic principles of preamble and of social democracy. It is anti-social justice. It's anti-liberty. It's anti-freedom. Freedom from imperialism because it has brought back imperialism by investing foreign capital in India. Very few would think that today Baiju, the big corporation, multinational corporation, is investing in coaching business, the biggest investor in coaching business. You people in Tamil Nadu are fortunate because your government resisted the idea of NEET long ago. And by resisting the idea of NEET, you were able to eliminate the coaching business in Tamil Nadu, which none of us are free in the rest of the country. Madhya Pradesh is going through the same coaching business as the rest of the country. Yesterday, by chance, I met a young person who was in a hurry to meet me and go away because he said, I have to go to a coaching class. So I stopped him and asked, how much have you paid the coaching class? He said, oh, 2.5 lakhs. And then he added, I could afford this because my father is a government servant and he could get a loan from the bank. I said, how will you pay back the loan? He said, getting a degree in medicine and then earning money from the patient. Poor fellow, young fellow, was honest to admit he recovered the loan for his father, paid to a multinational coaching business by earning money from the patients, not serving the patients. And these are very basic issues. You are very fortunate that your state government constituted Justice Dr. A.K. Rajan Committee. Justice Dr. A.K. Rajan Committee has contributed in many important ways. This is going to be a historic document for the future of our country, especially in the field of medicine, medical education. It has come to the conclusion on the basis of massive data collected by the committee that the public health system, since NEET was imposed on Tamil Nadu, since then, public health system has deteriorated rapidly. And on deterioration of public health system, the Justice A.K. Rajan Committee has raised some very important issues. I'd like to refer to part of them. It is questioning the very notion of merit. Yes. Yes. Justice A.K. Rajan Committee writes, merit in NEET is constructed to adjust with what is required by commercial medical colleges and the health system, commercial health system, geared to subserve the needs of the elite classes and caste. In this sense, NEET is not designed to select those inspired by the needs of the masses, whom the state-funded public health system serves, with discipline like rural health and epidemiology taking a backseat. The idea of rural health, idea of public health, and epidemiology of diseases, it takes always a backseat. On the issue of, on the issue of merit, it adds, social responsibility, integrity, and accountability are core values expected of physicians. Much emphasis on social accountability has therefore been attached to the medical profession since times immemorial. On the issue of merit, I would like to cite before you how the indomitable late Justice V. Krishna Iyer wrote in a Supreme Court judgment in 1980. Justice Krishna Iyer reminds us the excellence is composite, and the heart and its sensitivity is composite of head and heart, and its sensitivity are as precious in the case of educational values as the head and its creativity and social medicine for the common people. Further writes in the Supreme Court judgment, merit cannot be measured in terms of marks alone. I wish the great thinkers in the central government who impose both CUET and NEET will be listening and think twice about what they have done to the country. Justice Krishna is as much a factor as the head in assessing the social value of a member of the medical profession. This is also an aspect which may, to the limited extent possible, be borne in mind while determining merit for selection of candidates for admission in medical colleges. We all know merit is inherited generation after generation in the upper caste and upper classes of India. It is inherited generation after generation, not earned through hard work. Periyar adds further strength to this argument of Justice Krishna Iyer. Periyar wrote in 1968, marks can neither identify smartness and laziness, nor it could identify virtue, vice, intellect, and foolhardiness. If more and more conditions are imposed for merit and efficiency, how merit and efficiency could be righteous and genuine, he is asking a question unanswered so far. In a Supreme Court judgment in January 2020, the judgment says merit cannot be measured solely in terms of marks. My dear, the coaching business is thriving, and we have to challenge the very notion of merit promoted by the coaching business. Merit cannot be measured solely in terms of marks. Merit must be construed in terms of the social value of a member in the medical profession. Precisely this is what Justice A.K. Rajan Committee has asked for to be introduced in the medical education program of Tamil Nadu. For instance, a high-scoring candidate does not use their talent to perform good actions. If it is so, we cannot call them meritorious merely because they scored high marks. The propriety of actions in dedication to public service should also be seen as markers of merit. Your dedication to public service, which cannot be assessed in a comparative examination. Equally, fortitude and resilience is required to uplift oneself from the conditions of deprivation. That is also reflective of individual caliber. What the Supreme Court is saying, those young people who belong to the oppressed caste and classes, if they work hard and they are able to lift themselves from that stage of deprivation of knowledge for 5,000 years of our history, those young people are also meritorious, just like those who get the so-called merit, which is not actually merit, from the expensive coaching business. CUET is also falling prey to the same disease of the wrong notion of merit coming from the coaching business. CUET also needs to challenge that. In this very context, I wish to refer to the issue of how this whole agenda of coaching business is an agenda of enslavement of mind for various reasons. First, because in the coaching business, there is no place for argue, for seeking rationality, for disagreeing with what you are being taught. You are being turned into a robot through the coaching classes, just like robot, which comes from artificial intelligence, that kind of a dangerous robot. And you can only contribute to building an Orwellian society where orders will be given and you'll be only following the orders without questioning. You are not taught what Gautam Buddha taught his disciples and said, don't accept any of my teachings unless you are tested those teaching through logic. If you do not find my teaching logical, reject them, question them and reject them. This Gautam Buddha's great teaching is also rejected by the coaching business in our country. So this control, and this control is not only of the coaching classes emerging from our society, entirely. As a Baiju, the well-known now name in the education technology companies all over the world, Baiju has invested billions of dollars in India's coaching classes, billions of dollars. Therefore, it controls. Let me ask this question: who controlled Baiju? If Baiju controls our coaching classes dictate terms to our medical profession, medical education, therefore to a public health system. Who controls Baiju? Baiju's capital is controlled by the biggest stock exchanges of the world. The stock exchanges in New York, London, Beijing, Tokyo control Baiju. Baiju in turn controls our medical profession and public health system through coaching classes. This enslavement must be challenged, and the challenge has already come from the decision taken by the state government in constituting, in preparing the bill in the Legislative Assembly, Bill number 43, and which was passed unanimously by the State Assembly in Tamil Nadu. I need not repeat the story, which is well known to the people of Tamil Nadu, where your governor, violating all basic principles in the spirit of the India's constitution, by violating it entirely, has held on to the bill passed twice by the State Assembly of Tamil Nadu for more than 16 months and has not still sent it to the President of India for assent. So in this sense, with the stock exchanges in the richest capitalist countries of the world, in this sense, today, East India Company capital has returned. You see, it is well known economics. Once a foreign capital is invested in a particular country or a state, the more it is invested, the more control it exercises over the political decision of the country. In our country, the political decision of NEET or CUET is a result of this control, external control. We are being enslaved again. And to say this on the day, Republic Day, is a sad story, tragic story, but this is a fact. We are being enslaved again. East India Company returning, coming back to India. And with East India Company, Macaulay is also coming back. He's going to control the nature of knowledge. What will be taught, not only in medical education, what will be taught in colleges and universities is also going to be dictated by the return of East India Company and return of Macaulay in India. Our constitution talks of sovereignty in the preamble itself. This attack on the sovereignty is an attack on the constitution. The way forward, I'll just take a few more minutes. The way forward has been shown by the bill passed by your assembly. Just a minute. The central government has argued that a centralized examination like NEET and CUET is being promoted to provide level playing field. Nothing could be a greater falsehood than this statement of centralized examination giving us level playing field. Level playing field is given by the Tamil Nadu government by establishing an equitable school education system, a system rooted in equality and freedom from discrimination. When children study, whether they come from urban areas, they come from rural areas, or they come from tribal communities, they all get equitable education. They get midday meal. They get full care that they are learning. And when they appear in the state board examination, children from different classes and castes, different sections of society appear in a common examination based upon what they have been taught. But when they appear in NEET, they are facing students the students coming for giving examinations. They face those students who come from only upper classes and upper caste, who come from rich sections of society and powerful hegemonic sections of society. They are not only this, the people appearing in the young people appearing in the NEET examination, and now it will be the case in CUET examination as well, are foreigners also. PIOs, various kinds of people abroad, now settled abroad, who have quit Indian citizenship. They also appear in these examinations. They have nothing to do with India and its citizenship anymore. They are foreigners. They are all allowed to appear. And they get admissions in medical colleges because they're paid money. And they also come from those sections of society where knowledge is easily accessible to them. And our children coming from rural areas, from tribal communities, from oppressed castes and classes have to make way for them. This is a serious challenge before us. We must question all this. The bill passed by the State Assembly in Tamil Nadu, representing the dividend model of education, is what is going to be the closing argument against NEET. Your assembly has passed the bill to stop NEET and replace it with the board examination, state board examination. Go back to where you were, and thereby putting an end to the closing business in Tamil Nadu forever. This is precisely why the bill has been withheld by the governor of your state, because the governor wants promotion of the coaching classes and coaching business. The governor is supporting the foreign capital controlling Indian education, particularly medical education and public health system. Second, after passing the bill, your state government has appointed a high-level committee to prepare a state-level education policy and then replace the NEET by the state-level education policy. I must congratulate the people of the state and also particularly your government led by Thiru Stalin, who showed the courage to challenge NEET and say it will replace it by a state-level policy. This is the lesson for all states and union territories of India. And finally, a resolution was passed unanimously against CUET, and central government was requested to withdraw CUET from at least Tamil Nadu. Dividend model education, in this sense, is founded on the rich legacy of the historic anti-caste dividend movement, which was pioneered in the 19th century by Ayatithas. In the 20th century, the work pioneered by Ayatithas was taken forward and raised to heights through the self-respect movement conceived and led by Periyar. Therefore, today, when we are talking of these issues, what could be a better tribute to these two formidable anti-caste torchbearers, Ayuthi Das and Periyar, to the whole country, I would say, by eliminating NEET and replacing it by the decision taken by the State Assembly of Tamil Nadu. That will be a real tribute to both Ayuthi Das and Periyar. I conclude by recalling a very inspiring speech which Thiru Stalin, your Honorable Chief Minister, gave while addressing the CPIM Congress in Kerala a few months ago. And he concluded his speech, and I conclude my talk also by quoting Comrade Stalin. Let us create, he says, let us create a truly federal India. Along with the inspiring political message he gave, true federalism is a wonderful statement. True federalism is a counter narrative that India needs right now, not tomorrow morning, right now. True federalism is a counter narrative to whatever is happening in our country. On the Republic Day, it is a great gift given by your Honorable Chief Minister, Thiru Stalin. I salute all of you. Thank you. Jai Bhim, Inqilab.
Thank you, Comrade. Peso.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having joined us on this Republic Day, and for having enlightened us on many issues. Thank you. Surely we will carry forward the movement to defend our freedom, our democracy, and the Constitution of India. Thank you, sir. பேராசிரியர் அனில் கோபால் அவர்களை தொடர்ந்து வழக்கறிஞர் சுரேஷ் பாபு அவர்கள் இப்பொழுது பேச இருக்கின்றார்கள். மூத்த கல்வியாளர் எஸ் ராஜகோபாலன் அவர்கள் இந்த கருத்தரங்கை பற்றி அறிந்தவுடன் செய்தி அனுப்பியிருக்கிறார். அதில் அவர் குறிப்பிட்டிருப்பது, not only the BJP's predecessor Hindu Mahasabha not participated in the freedom struggle, but they acted against it shamelessly. Now attempts are made to resurrect by spreading false information. Modi is at its forefront. The best way is to express regret for the past. The best way is to express regret for their past. Our history textbooks do not mention about the hypocrisy of Hindu Mahasabha. Fascism thrives on creating false images of itself. With kind regards, முதல் அதோடு சேர்த்து இந்த செய்தியும் போடுறார். 90 வயதை கடந்த மூத்த கல்வியாளர் எஸ் ராஜகோபாலன் அவர்கள் முதல் குடியரசு நாள் அன்று சைதை ஆசிரியர் கல்வியியல் கல்லூரி மாணவனாக சென்னை முழுவதும் அலங்கரிக்கப்பட்டிருப்பதை கண்டுகளிக்க இரவு முழுவதும் ஊர்வலம் வந்தேன். இனம் புரியாத மகிழ்ச்சி, பல கனவுகள். 10 ஆண்டுகளுக்குள் அனைவருக்கும் 8 ஆண்டு கட்டாய இலவச கல்வி அளிக்கப்படும் என்ற வாக்குறுதியை செயல்படுத்தும் வீரர் படையில் என்னை ஒருவனாக கருதினேன். 3/4 நூற்றாண்டை நெருங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கும் வேளையில் அது ஒரு எட்டா கனியாக இருப்பதை கண்டு வருந்துகிறேன். சோவியத் ஒன்றியம் உருவான பொழுது, நாம் சுதந்திரம் அடைந்த பொழுது இருந்த கற்றவர் வீதத்தை விட குறைவாக இருந்தது. 10 ஆண்டுகளுக்குள் அனைவரும் கற்றவர் என்ற நிலையை சோவியத் யூனியன் அடைந்தது. திட்டமிட்டு செயல்படுத்திய குரூப்ஸ்கயா வணக்கத்திற்குரியவர் எஸ் ராஜகோபாலன் என்ற செய்தியை அனுப்பியிருக்கிறார். உண்மையிலேயே அதுதான் உண்மை. 1950 ஜனவரி 26 எவ்வளவு குதூகலமாக நாம் கொண்டாடினோம். ஆனால் 74வது குடியரசு தினத்தை நாம் எவ்வளவு வேதனையுடன், எவ்வளவு கவலையுடன், எவ்வளவு எதிர்கால போராட்டங்களை நினைத்து, நாம் அடுத்த தலைமுறைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆபத்துகளை நினைத்து வருந்த வேண்டிய சூழலை உருவாக்கி இருக்கிறார்கள் என்பதைத்தான் இந்த கருத்தரங்கம் வெளிப்படுத்துகிறது. அடுத்ததாக வழக்கறிஞர் சுரேஷ் பாபு அவர்கள்.
இந்த சான்றோர் பெருமக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் வணக்கம். இந்திய அரசமைப்பு ஆவணம் உருவாகி நடைமுறைக்கு செயல்பட்ட நாள் இந்த நாள். இந்த நாள் முதல்தான் இந்தியா என்ற ஒரு கட்டமைப்பும் உருவாக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. அதுக்கு முன்னால இந்தியா என்பது கிடையாது. பல்வேறு அரங்கத்தை திருப்பி சொல்றோம், சரிக்காம சொல்றேன். ஏன்னா மீண்டும் மீண்டும் இந்த நினைப்பு, இந்த எண்ணம், இந்த செய்தி மக்கள் நெஞ்சிலே